In questions of power, let no more be said of confidence in man, but bind him down from mischief by the chains of the Constitution.
Welcome to Politics Reimagined. America's Constitution, old, powerful, and still calling the shots in American life. Ever wondered why it was written? Or how it shapes the rules you live by today? Stick around, because we're going to cover everything you need to know about the most influential political document in history.
Hi, I'm the Constitution, written in 1787. Think of me as America's ultimate instruction manual. I tell the government what it can and can't do. And I make sure your rights are protected.
The Constitution is basically an old-school terms and conditions. But unlike that app you just downloaded on your phone, you can't just hit agree and forget about it. Before the Constitution, the United States was governed by the Articles of Confederation, a framework that gave the states nearly all the power and left the federal government almost powerless. Each state acted like its own country, issuing its own currency, imposing taxes on neighbors, and often refusing to cooperate. The result was instability and economic turmoil. It became clear that a stronger, unified government was needed to bring order and build a functioning nation. The Founding Fathers, a group of visionaries, rebels, and leaders, came together in 1787 to tackle one of the biggest challenges of their time, creating a government that could actually work. They met in Philadelphia's sweltering summer heat, debating for months behind closed doors, hammering out ideas, and sometimes clashing fiercely. These were people with different views from different states, but they shared a common goal: to build a stronger, united nation. The result? The Constitution.
I was lucky to have so many really cool and smart fathers. One of my favorite things about myself is the preamble that the Founding Fathers created to set the stage. Let me show you.
The preamble to the United States Constitution, it's just 52 words, but those words lay the foundation for everything that follows.
We, the people of the United States.
This opening line is powerful. It makes it clear. This government is created by the people, for the people. Authority doesn't come from a king or a small elite. It comes from all of us.
In order to form a more perfect union,
The founders knew the country wasn't perfect, but they aimed to make it better. It's a call for unity, collaboration, and constant progress.
establish justice,
A fair and impartial legal system was essential. One where laws are applied equally to everyone, no matter who you are.
ensure domestic tranquility,
This part is about peace at home, keeping the country stable and safe from internal conflict.
provide for the common defense,
The government's role here is simple: protect the nation from outside threats and ensure the safety of its people.
promote the general welfare,
This is about supporting the well-being of all citizens, creating opportunities for prosperity, and helping the nation thrive.
and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity.
Freedom wasn't just for their generation. It's a promise to protect liberty for future generations too.
Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
This is the Declaration. This document is the supreme law of the land, setting the stage for a new government to serve its people. These words weren't just a mission statement for the founders. They are a challenge for every generation to live up to. How are we doing today?
When I was born, I had only the preamble and 7 important articles. Together, these articles form the original foundation for the document we know and love today. Let's take some time to get to know each of them.
Article 1 is all about Congress, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. It explains their powers, like making laws, collecting taxes, and declaring war. It also sets limits to make sure they don't overstep. Congress is where the voice of the people and the states come together. Article 2 focuses on the President and the executive branch. It outlines the President's duties like enforcing laws, serving as Commander-in-Chief, and making treaties. It's about leadership, but also accountability through checks and balances. Article 3 establishes the Supreme Court and the federal judiciary. It defines their job, interpreting the law and making sure it aligns with the Constitution. This ensures justice and prevents other branches from acting outside the rules. Article 4 is about the states and their relationship with each other and the federal government. It guarantees things like state cooperation and ensures every state has a Republican form of government. Think of it as the glue keeping the states united. Article 5 lays out how the Constitution can be amended. It's a tough but deliberate process to ensure that change is thoughtful and necessary. This flexibility is key to keeping the Constitution relevant over time. Article 6 declares the Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Federal laws and treaties take precedence over state laws, ensuring a unified legal system. It's the backbone of national authority. Finally, Article 7 explains how the Constitution became official. Once 9 states ratified it, the new government was born. It's the launchpad for everything that followed. 7 articles, 1 powerful document. Together, they've guided the nation for over 2 centuries, and they are still shaping America today.
Whoa! Hi again. I didn't stop evolving after my first 7 articles. Over time, I added 27 new amendments to reflect the changing needs of the nation. Let me tell you all about them, starting with the first 10. The Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights guarantees many of the freedoms that define American democracy today. The 10 amendments included in the Bill of Rights guarantee the following things: the freedoms of speech, religion, press, assembly, and petition, the foundation of individual rights; the right to bear arms, securing the ability to defend oneself and one's community; no forced quartering of soldiers, a response to colonial grievances during British rule; protection against unreasonable searches and seizures, safeguarding personal privacy; rights in criminal cases, including protection against self-incrimination and double jeopardy; the right to a fair and speedy trial by jury, ensuring justice is accessible; the right to a jury trial in civil cases; protection against excessive bail, fines, and cruel or unusual punishment. It declares that rights not listed in the Constitution are still retained by the people. Lastly, it states that any powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved for the states or the people. After the Bill of Rights, the next 17 amendments were made sporadically between 1795 and 1992. As the country evolved, we faced new challenges, and the amendments generally expanded freedoms and democracy to meet the needs of society. The 11th Amendment limits lawsuits against states, preserving state sovereignty. The 12th Amendment revises the electoral process for president and vice president, preventing election deadlocks. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery, one of the most pivotal changes in American history. The 14th Amendment grants citizenship and equal protection under the law, reshaping civil rights after the Civil War. The 15th Amendment prohibits voting discrimination based on race. The 16th Amendment establishes the federal income tax to fund government programs. The 17th Amendment allows direct election of senators, increasing democratic participation. The 18th Amendment prohibited alcohol, ushering in prohibition. The 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote, a milestone for gender equality. The 20th Amendment changes the start dates for presidential and congressional terms, reducing lame duck sessions. The 21st Amendment repealed prohibition, recognizing its failures. The 22nd Amendment limits presidents to 2 terms, preventing excessive power. The 23rd Amendment granted Washington, D.C. residents the right to vote in presidential elections. The 24th Amendment abolished the poll tax, making voting more accessible. The 25th Amendment clarified presidential succession and disability procedures. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18, reflecting youth activism during the Vietnam War. And the 27th Amendment delayed congressional pay raises until after the next election.
Thank you so much for letting me tell you about my story. I am proud to be such an important part of your history, and I look forward to seeing where you can take me in the future.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Politics Reimagined to join us on this journey of exploration and innovation. Together, let's turn the failures of today into the solutions of tomorrow.